Today on Living Survival, we're going to take a look at the Klarus G20 flashlight. If flashlights aren't your thing, go ahead and skip the video. If not, stick around and make sure you click that red subscribe button for lots more gear reviews. The G20 is the second light with the 26-650 form factor, and I'm really liking that. We looked at the R50 Seeker from Olight. It's very similar in size, but I really like just the overall feel of a 26-650 light in my hand. It just feels good. You get a great purchase on it, and the Klarus, is known for having both a dual tail switch and a side mode switch, making it so that you can customize it in different ways or use it in different ways. So I really like what I'm seeing coming from Klarus. Now this is a 3000 lumen flashlight thanks to that 26-650 that it has on the inside. The G20 is USB rechargeable, which is awesome. It's got a micro USB slot right built into the side, just like some of their other lights. The cover seems to stick in there great, and I have no doubts that it would protect it from sand and water. You can, of course, dunk it in water without the cover being on. It's mainly for just preventing debris and things like that from getting into the side there. Again, side mode button here. It's got a LED built into it to tell you your status of charge, which is very handy on a rechargeable flashlight. We can take a look at the battery that it comes with, which is another nice feature of Klarus lights. 5,000 milliamp Klarus 26-650. You can see that it's a beefy light, and that's what allows it to get up to that 3,000 lumens in such a tiny package. Take a closer view here. You can see the LED built into the side switch there. Very nice presentation. It does have an orange peel reflector and just a nice uniform build to it. Not too crazy on the knurling, sort of this on and off knurling stripes here, which does work really well in the hand. It's not slippy at all, which is nice. And then you have the tail cap clicky. You can put a lanyard on it as well. Just an overall nice sized light without being overly big, even when running that 26-650 battery. Mode spacing goes from 3000 at its highest down to 650 lumens, then down to 160 lumens, and then down to 15 lumens. So again, no true moonlight mode, but again, on these high powered flashlights, I'm not really sure why you'd need a moonlight mode. I like moonlight mode on my EDC flashlight for around the home or when I'm camping or something like that, use in the tent, but I'm not necessarily going to take a light like this when I go camping for use at night in the tent. I'm going to usually use this as a vehicle light or a light that goes on my kit, so not having that moonlight mode is definitely not a big deal when it comes to these higher powered flashlights, at least in my opinion. It does have a memory mode when you're using the side switch. However, when you're using the tail switch, it just starts from its lowest mode. With both switches, you can instant to the 3000 lumens. So for example, I can hold down the side switch and that's going to put me right into that highest mode. It is momentary, so when you let off the button, it does go away. Same with the tail switch here. I can hold it down, get into my brightest mode, and then let go, and it will turn the light back off. If I single click the tail switch, it's going to go to its lowest mode, which is 15 lumens, and then I would just continue to press the button to cycle through. So 160 lumens, 650 lumens, back up into my 3000 lumens, and back down into my 15 lumens. Same goes for the side switch. If I click it, you do have memory with the side switch where you don't with the tail switch, so it's going to go back into the mode that I last had it at, but then single switch to cycle through your modes. So 3000 lumens, 15 lumens, 160 lumens, 650, and back up to the 3000. With both buttons, you simply just hold it down to turn the light off. Accessing the special modes is very easy as well. You simply just double click the side switch, that'll get you into your strobe. You can double click again, that gets you into your SOS mode. And then you also have a beacon mode, which you can double click again and it'll put it into that beacon mode. Just like Nightcore, I love Klarus' special modes. I think it's imperative with a light that you're going to put in a survival kit, bug out bag, or even in your car kit or glove box. I think it's very, very handy, more handy to have the beacon and the SOS than to have strobe. And I would take those two modes over strobe any day. A lot of lights just run the strobe. Again, that's great for a tactical application, but for the rest of us, I think having that SOS and that beacon is a very big advantage, especially if you're stranded somewhere. You can throw this on the top of your car and you're going to get someone's attention driving down the road. Charging the G20 is very easy. You simply just remove the dust cover, then we're going to plug in our micro USB, and you will get a display. Not sure you can see it on the camera there, but you will get a red, or I believe a red, orange, or green light to indicate your charging status. So obviously you would want to charge the light till it turns green and you'd be fully charged. Let's get some white wall shots. This is the 15 lumens that'll run for 150 hours. Jumps up to 160 lumens, which will run at 19 hours. Step it up again to 650 lumens, which will run for 4 hours and 30 minutes. You can see there is some spill to the beam there. It is a fairly neutral color. And then we can jump all the way up to the brightest, a very bright 3000 lumens. So here's the lowest mode, 15 lumens. Pretty much just lights up what's in front of you. Would be a good low light for around camp, especially since it runs 150 hours. Makes it good for a bug out bag or survival kit, because you know you got light for a long time. Next mode, 160 lumens. Clearly lights up what's in front of me, and you start to get a little bit of distance there. You can see that the beam has some spill to it. Then we jump up to 650 lumens, and you can start to reach out. I can't quite make out the other end of the parking lot. Definitely plenty bright right in front of me. And then we jump up into our 3000 lumens. Quite a bit of spill at 3000 lumens. Lights up the whole immediate area and about halfway down the parking lot. It doesn't quite make it to the trees over there. They are quite a ways away. Definitely more spill to the beam. You can see it just stepped down there. More spill to the beam than spot on the G20. This light would be good for nighttime security, or maybe nighttime delivery where you wanted to light up the side of a building. Search and rescue where you might want more spot. You might want to consider another light. But this light certainly gives you a lot of light in the immediate area. So another great light from Klarus. I like the form factor. I like that it's not that much bigger than the 26-650 that it takes. I like that it's capable of 3000 lumens for such a small light. And then what I've always liked about Klarus is there are multiple ways to operate the light. Some may see that as a con, being that it's too difficult to operate. They like just a single switch, on, off, mode change button, things like that. I don't mind the Klarus, even though it does have the two different ways to operate the light. You get in a rhythm with the light, and then you go right to that mode of operation anyway. So I like that it's high quality. You know, you've got the tail switch in addition to the side switch. Again, I think the side switch is a little bit loud, so maybe as a tactical light that may not be the best option. I do like that it has the LED in there to tell you charging status. It doesn't make sense to me when you have a USB rechargeable light if you have no way to tell when it's fully charged. So I do like the fact that you get the LED readout there. I'm liking the form factor of these 26-650 lights. It's my second one that I've reviewed, and I really like it as well. I think it'd be a great light for a survival kit. I'm probably going to replace the XT11S that I have in my pack with this light. Just gives me that little bit of extra brightness because it runs that higher battery. Another con that you may have with this light is that the mode spacing, although fairly decent, there is no space between the 3000 and the 650 lumens. There's no 1000-ish lumen mode, which may be a con to some people. Me, I just want my regular, low mode, like 100-ish lumens. In this case, it's 160. Then I want something up around maybe the 500-ish range. That's plenty for me. And then I have my brightest, which honestly, that doesn't matter to me where it's at. If it's 1,000, great. If it's 2,000, great. If it's 3,000, even better. So I don't miss that mode in the 1,000 range. 650 is plenty of lumens for me that it steps down to from the 3,000. So not that big a deal to me, but it may be to some of you. Run times are pretty good on this light. 150 hours at the 15 lumens, 19 hours at 160, 4 hours and 30 minutes at 650 lumens, which is fantastic for, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out at camp. You can almost use the 600 all the time and still get away with that. And to have 45 minutes on your brightest setting, again, is great. So again, I don't miss that 1,000-ish lumen mode, and I think that you get plenty of runtime on that 650 battery. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review today on the G20. I do have a few more light reviews coming up. I'll try to mix those with other products. Some of you have mentioned that the flashlight reviews get a little bit old. They don't for me. I'm a flashlight guy. I like flashlights, although I don't get super into it. I do like to see the new stuff that's coming out, and it's obviously my job to bring that stuff to you. So again, no problem. Just skip the video if you don't want to see any more flashlight reviews. Otherwise, stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me some comments below on what you think about the G20. I'm going to leave a link below to Amazon where you can pick one up for yourself. As always, please share this video to your friends and family who might be interested on your social media. And as always, click that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for new gear videos weekly.